can we just rise up and let's just do a very quick prayer while Tracy puts up my slide. Can you put that sound on for me, please? Our Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for your goodness and your mercies. We thank you because we are about to go into a time and a moment of life transformation. We've seen you do this before, and we know you will do it again. May your name be highly exalted in Jesus' name. Amen. You can see that now. I just want to turn on my timer so that I am responsible as well. Mr. Daniel will not chase me out of here. Great. Timer for 1 hour. Fantastic. So who can tell me, has the session been for everyone? How's your classes been? And this is the second class, yeah? How was the first one? Emanuela, I remember you. How are you? Orisha something. Orisha Charlotte. I remember you. There's also someone called Gifts. There's somebody called Unique. Is there Unique here? Yeah, there's some special names like God's Choice. What's God's Choice? How are you? God's Choice. I remember all of your unique names. Right, so real quick, before my slide comes up, wait for Tracy before my slide comes up. Very quickly, can I have the sound, please? We are doing something very, very life-transforming today. Can we all get on our feet real quick? We have an amazing facilitator coming in the afternoon, so I'm just doing the preamble, right? Don't worry, you will not cry. It's the second one that you'll cry. But this is like a preamble to what we are set or what we are about to do, right? I'm a very firm believer of, reduce the sound a bit, sir. I'm a very firm believer of the power of the mind. And that's what I'm going to be taking you on this morning. It's called the power of the mind. Say the power of the mind. Say the power of the mind. I'm also a very big advocate for affirmation. So can you just lay your hands on our chest this morning? Just put your right hand on your chest. I want you to close your eyes and so we're about to go through a very brief session for about a minute. A very brief session for about a minute. Just lay your hands on your chest. I know you're coming from home. Many of you have kids at home. You're thinking about what's cooking in the afternoon. You're thinking about, close your eyes, God's choice. You're thinking about your family. You're thinking about maybe bills you have to pay. You're thinking about life in general. Maybe your breakfast that you had received this morning, relationships, a lot of things. I just want you to just still your mind, still your heart. More volume, a bit of volume. I want you to still your mind in 1 minute. Whilst you still your mind, I want you to begin to create an image in your mind. I want you to see yourself walking out and stepping out of cages, limitations. I need you to think. I want you to visualize it. That's the power of the mind. Close your eyes. You have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes and do this exercise with me. Close your eyes. This is for you, not for me. But ensure you have your eyes closed. I can see some eyes open. I need you to close your eyes. And I need you to do this with me. I want you to visualize yourself stepping out of a building, stepping out of a place, stepping out of a trap, stepping out of a situation, stepping out of a very hurtful event that happened in the past. I want you to begin to envision freedom. Envision freedom. See yourself breaking free from that situation, from that event. I want you to begin to envision it. Envision it. Create that mental picture. If your mind can create it, your eyes will see it. That's the power of imagination. I want you to begin to create your liberty, create your freedom. I need to start seeing yourself dressing the way you want to be dressed. Maybe hitting your new weight loss goal, or maybe breaking into that new business, or having new friends. I need to begin to see yourself. Maybe going back to school. Start seeing yourself in worthy friendships, worthy relationships, friendships that serves you, friendship that serves your growth, your journey. And you start beginning to envision yourself stepping into a new place, stepping into a new place. Then silently in your mind, I need to confess these words with me. Can you just start in your mind internally, saying, I'm stepping into new places. I'm stepping into new levels. I want you to say it internally. Say it internally. I am stepping into new places. I am stepping into new places. I am stepping into new seasons. I have entered into new seasons. There's the spring season that comes after the dryness and the winter. I am stepping into new seasons. Come on, see yourself stepping into new seasons. Season of bloom. That season where you begin to bloom like a flower. That season where you begin to bloom like a flower. That season where you are joyful. That season where you are happy. That season where you are thankful for life. That season where you are not worried about waking up the next day. That season where you are not bothered about the hospital's appointments. That season where you are not bothered about paying everybody's fees and doing everything for everybody without actually doing something for yourself. I need you to start seeing yourself breaking out of those things right now. Envision this. That season where you will mother first to yourself before your children. That season where because of motherhood you will not deny yourself of the good things of life. I need you to start envisioning those seasons right now. Create that picture in your mind. Frame it. I need you to begin to frame the image of you graduating the established entrepreneurship firm and walking up on stage to collect your worthy certificates. Having pictures with Her Majesties, start envisioning it, creating innovative businesses, start envisioning it. So for some of you, you never got the opportunity to go to school. Start envisioning your graduation, start envisioning the new level. For many of us, we've been stuck for so long. Start envisioning the fact that you are free and you're breaking out. You're not shy anymore. You're not shy anymore. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Now can you just take a deep breath? Breathe in. Breathe out. At my command, once you get breathe in, you breathe in. Once you get breathe out, you breathe out. Can you do it again? Breathe in. I exist because I am worthy. That's an amen. You can open your eyes and see one now. Now, who can tell me, how did you feel? How many screens are there? Okay, just this. Yeah, Tracy, if you could broaden it up so that they can all see. Great. Now who can tell me no? Go back up. Still the first page. Who can tell me, how did you feel doing that exercise? Who wants to go? Great.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mofe. I felt elevated.
At all, right? So I want to also understand that in this phase of establish her, everything you're asked to do or everything you find yourself doing has a conscious effect and as well as a subconscious effect. Right? Who wants to speak again? I saw your hand. All of you want to speak now. All right, tell me your name. Were you the one who went to change?
Hi everyone. Yes, Osato. My name is Osato. I prefer my native name. Okay. When you said we should picture ourselves, the first thing I saw was me carrying a traveling bag, like I'm leaving where I was. This was it. I was holding a traveling bag and I was waving it was like I was waving to my house where I was, and I was going. And the next thing, I saw myself on a stage preaching. And the next thing, I saw me laying hands and in a gathering. So it was something, and I'm feeling so light as it is right now, and I'm happy. Thank you.
Who else? Where's the lady who does budget wigs? Where is she? Where is she? Okay, that's her. Is this her friend? Oh, now you. Now tell me.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Best. So I saw myself running out from a building, laughing in a way I've never laughed before recently. I saw myself, my joy being restored again. I've always said that people don't easily notice me or I'm not seen. I saw myself being seen.
Come on.
I saw my voice being heard.
Please?
I saw myself as that powerful person that I've always envisioned myself to be. I saw myself creating systems that work, and I saw myself building things that will stand the test of time.
Very important. I'll take one last person from this side. Hey, I want to do from the last row. I'm going to take. I will make it 2. You have 1 minute or less than 1 minute. I will take. I know I saw your hand up. I will take you as well. I'll take you as well. 3 of you get up and then pass the mic real quick.
Hi everyone.
Hold on. Listen, everyone. There's something about the mind and how transformation can begin even whilst you're seated. It doesn't have to take 6 months or 1 year. It can be very instantaneous, right? There's something about you coming into the realization of who you are, what you carry, what you've been called to do. There's something about identifying your strengths, identifying your power, identifying your God-given abilities, and you begin to see things differently, right? So I want you to pay attention when people confess these things of the images they saw, and even to yourself. Even if I don't call you up, you can say it to yourself, because you are getting liberated as well. If your mind can conceive it, your eyes can see it. Can we say that together? If your mind can conceive it, your eyes can see it.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Goodness. Okay, what I saw actually, I used to be very scared of the mic, like seriously. Yes. Yes.
Oh, of the mic. Okay. Now you have the mic.
But I actually saw myself talking to the crowd. I saw myself expressing myself to people.
Come to the front. Photographers, let's give her first public speaking image. Come. Quick. Now tell us your name. Stand here. You're going to take the position of a trainer this morning. Stand here. Come on, just stand here. Yeah. Now talk to everyone without me being in the frame. Smile. They're taking you pictures, oh.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Goodness. Okay, I used to be very scared of the mic. Even now, like, shh. So I saw myself actually standing in the crowd, telling people about business, because I've always liked this kind of, even when I was in school, I'm a business consultant actually. But I don't like talking to people. If you want to hear me, you have to meet me personally for me to be able to talk to you. But right now, standing here, like, I feel motivated. Like, I saw myself standing here with the Queen, actually having a hug with her, like, going to different summits and talking to people, actually. Thank you.
Come to the front. Next person, thank you so much, goodness. You can have your seat. Next person, come to the front. Next person, then the next person, quick. So I can jump into my training.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Anita. During the exercise, it's something I normally do before, and I've pictured so many things about the program. I've seen myself graduating and everything. But this morning, actually, I came with a little bit of heavy heart. And during the exercise, I saw myself coming out of an abandoned building, and I was walking on a meadow with flowers and a little stream by the side. And then I saw myself on this stage with the Queen and the King giving me the certificate.
We're going to bring the King.
And that's it. And when I opened my eyes, I felt light. I felt really light. So,
can we clap for her, please? Next person.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Esther. While he was speaking to us this morning, it was like a reaffirmation for me, as a filmmaker. Yesterday, I'd gone to see Onobiri by, and when I saw the story, I was able to see faith and morals in one story, and I was inspired. So while I stood there, I could see my own film made by Mercy Movies in the cinemas. And I would say it was God speaking to me. So I said, write the script first. Finish it and keep it in your email and then wait for what he will do. I cannot be inspiring and I've not even started. So I'm going to write my script. I'm going to send it to my email and I'm going to watch what God will do. Thank you.
Thank you. How are you, Juliet? Thank you, everyone. Quickly, listen, for me, it's not about the slides I want to show you. Some things are caught, not taught, right? I said something about the mind. If your mind can conceive it, if your mind can conceive it, I want to add something to it. And if your eyes can see it, your hands can handle it. Can someone write that for me? That's a clock it moment. If your mind can conceive it, your eyes can see it, and your hands can handle it. Right? So real quick, I will be speaking about the power of the mind. Stay on the first slide. I'll let you know when to move. And the power of the mind, right? Many of us have heard the term mind. What is the mind? What about the mind? Well, next slide. Your mind is the primary leadership system. Say, my mind is the primary leadership system. It simply means that you first win in your mind before you win externally. You first win internally before you win externally, right? So your mind is the primary leadership system. Number 2 is that the mind governs thoughts, beliefs, decisions, and actions. Your mind governs thoughts, your beliefs, your decisions, and your action. There's so many subconscious things we do. For example, you get into university for the first time and everybody's telling you about one particular lecturer that is very wicked. You've not even entered 200 level. They've already warned you about one particular course or one particular thing. And you're like, man, this thing is hard though. It's hard though. I had carryover. You've not even gotten to 200 level yet. That is a transfer of belief from somebody else. And then as a 100 level student, you're like, okay, when you enter 200 level, maybe for example, you get on the course, and then everybody is, oh, this is the man, this is the lecturer, and you're already scared from starts, and you're already afraid of tests, assessments, and that's how failure begins. But now then think of it, that you had no idea the behavior of this person or what that lecturer is about. And then, or you met somebody who had then given you positive feedback to say, this lecturer likes XYZ, this is how he likes to frame his. I'm using lecturer because from your assessment, a lot of you went to the university, right? Right? Great. Maybe I'll come down to a business. I wanted to use a very relatable term. And then you get into, and they're like, okay, let me do my best. And someone says, oh, it's very possible for you to get an A in this course. As opposed to getting a B or a C. Forget all of the thing about carryovers. Trust me, it's very easy. And you take that mindset and you get into 200 level, you would excel. Right? I'm using myself as an example. I wrote JAMB 6 times. And I hope the camera can capture this. 6 good times. I had great scores, 281, 250 something. In fact, I got to a point where God, I'm no longer writing JAMB anymore, I'm tired. But I finally got into school. But before I got into school, I was able to be tutored and mentored by a great academician, Mr. Adams Adebola. And every Friday, he will bring one first-class student from the University of Lagos and from different parts of Nigeria at the time, and some who schooled in Russia, and he would bring them to us, and the person would share their experience. I'm a first-class student in economics, statistics, medicine and surgery. I don't know about my distinction in medicine and surgery and pharmacy and others. He only brought first-class students. What he was doing to us subconsciously was rewiring. The fact that maybe you come from a family where people didn't finish with good grades and they tell you, university is hard, oh. To run a business is hard, oh. And that's what we're doing here. Modeling agency. We're bringing people who begin to shape your thoughts around building a sustainable business. Right? And then you're not just hearing, oh, man, business is hard, oh. Markets no day. If you launch new products, you know they sell. Worry is just a place where you'll be suffering. There's no good people. Someone shared about experience about her coming to a space and not finding women of like minds. Welcome to establish her again. Can we clap for that lady? Right? And then he brought first class students every Friday and most likely Saturday. Fridays because we Monday to Friday everyday trainings. And I got into school, and in this school they've not had the first class students in about 20 years. In my department. And then because I'm coming from a place where to me it was normal, I said, let's do this. I mean, by the grace of God, I understand discipline. God helps me. There was a supernatural help as well. And I finished the first class. In fact, I broke the record. I was the best graduation student in my faculty. I mean, and to me, as I'm saying, it is normal to me because somebody had to rewire my mind to tell me this is not difficult. Right? Your mind, your results reflect the structure and the quality of your thinking. Look at your environment. Look at the Warri Kingdom. Look at, if you're coming from Ugeli, you're coming from Asaba, you're coming from somewhere, and you find yourself here in this room today. Look at your environment. Maybe women don't go far, they don't get married early. There's different news flying about, and you're beginning to say, be like say my life go be like this person life. It be like say that's an environment. That conditioning restricts you from having great results in life. In fact, before you even start, if your mindset towards a thing is not first set on positivity and success, you've begun to fail. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, well done. Tell your neighbor, well done. Hard girl, no to survive for this place. Oh. You literally will be mind transformed in this room. Right? And then the last thing I wrote here is Sustained leadership requires a disciplined mind. So for success in your business, your life, next slide, transformation, it requires a disciplined mind. You as an individual have to live a disciplined life. Very disciplined life. Very, very disciplined life. Say to yourself, I will live a disciplined life. I will live a disciplined life. I will show up regardless. I will show up regardless. I can hear some people. Madam, come for me. Hello, ma'am, in the black. Yes, you. Just stand for me in front. I love your shoes. Okay, nice. Can you please come? I want to demonstrate something called the citadel model. So your mind is like a city. There's a part of scripture that says we are like a city set upon a hill, right? However, there's something about the city being set on a hill, or there's something about a city that is being set. You can compare, let's say you're comparing two cities. Most likely you compare a city in the New York City and the Lagos City. These are two very powerful cities, but then there are two different models or systems that run the cities. And then we can compare, let's say, Asaba. I think that's a city as well, right? We can compare Asaba and let's say Lagos State. Let's be very relatable now. Who's been to Lagos before? How do you like the traffic? Lagos is a great place, trust me. Lagos and Asaba, or let's say Lagos and Warri. The citadel model speaks about a city, right? Every city has gates, every city has systems, the traffic lights, the traffic wardens, the police stations, hospitals, banks, true or false? Every city has an internal order. There's certain things you can't do out here. On Thursdays, I believe they have, at the last Saturday of the month, we have environmentals here. There are orders and there are laws, right? However, and the gate represents, every city has a gate, whether we like it or not. Every city has the gate of the city. When you go to Abuja, there's this white thing that says welcome to Abuja. When you're entering into Delta State, there's welcome to Delta. Same as Lagos, that is the gate of the city. And whatever it is, the gate represents what you allow in. The systems represent how you think. The structure represents your identity. A well-governed mind produces clarity and direction. I'll stick to gates, systems, and structure. The gate represents what you allow in. Number one. For example, if this is New York City, can we clap for her, please? If this is New York City, clap for her. What city will I give you now? Because you have nice shoes, yeah? If this is New York City and this is Warri City, right? Can we clap? Don't you guys see a future for Warri? You should be proud of where you're from. And this is the future of Warri, right? Very beautiful and well put together. However, the gates, let me be quick, you can go and sit down now. You can sit down now. The gates represent what you allow in. For example, when terrorists visit a city, what do? They destroy the city. They burn it down because maybe the systems are not in place and it gave them permission to come into the city and wreak havoc, right? The same thing relates to structure. Maybe the structure of the city was not properly well set and then war kicks up and things happen, right? The same for a well-developed city. A well-developed city has a gate, and then through that gate that is well-developed, well-catered to, you have your soldiers at the gates and everyone is protecting and ensuring that nothing comes in, right? You're guarding the gates such that nothing that can destroy you would come in. You're intentionally, or rather the city mayor is intentionally guarding the gates such that nothing evil comes into the city. Who have seen those ancient movies? The fact that at the entrance of the city they always check what they're carrying, if you watch Game of Thrones, you find those things happening because they're intentional about whatever goes into the city. The same as the systems. And then the systems of the city is also different, right? They have town crying sessions, they have time where they have to do court proceedings. All of these things are systems put in place to ensure that the city runs well, ensure that there's water in the city, ensure that people are farming, there's food. Hence why people from other part of this other cities can come to a particular city for greener pastures, right? That also speaks to the structure of that city. Now your mind is like a city with set policies, a city with gates, systems, and structure. Whatever you permit into your mind disrupt the entire city. Whatever you permit into your mind has permission into your life, and it begins to wreak havoc across your relationships, across your business, across your life. These also includes your eye gates. I don't want to go really deep into it. For gates, there's the eye gates, like what you watch, what you see. There's the ear gates, what you hear, what you consume, the kind of songs you consume, the kind of movies you watch, the kind of conversations you listen to. That's why I'm not a fan of gossip. These things has a way of disrupting your entire system, the entire protocols you've set in place and structure in your city. Say, I am a city set upon a hill. Any city set upon a hill is a city that is a city that everyone would want to go to. There's an attention on that city. There is a desired attention to visit that place. But then, because all of you are amazing women, and you are strong, you're beautiful, you're powerful, you run businesses, you have a future, you saw yourself breaking out of things, because you are now that woman that is transformed, your city gates needs to be guarded very strongly, or else your mindset will be disrupted. And many times your mindsets are formed from traditions, norms, culture. Your mindsets are formed from your environments, where you grow up, where you live. The king will always say this, that the next best thing to education is exposure. The next best thing to education is exposure. Your mindset is formed by exposure, is formed by the things you let into your gates. Your mindset is formed in that way, right? The social media consumption, your number of time you spend on TikTok, number of time you spend on Instagram, the number of time you spend listening to certain music, the number of time you spend with certain kind of people that tell you, oh, it's hard to do business in Iwere. Oh, why are you a fashion designer? There are plenty fashion designers everywhere, and you're wondering, there's no room. There is room for you in that sector. I want you to simmer that into your soul and your mind. There is room for me. There is room for me. Oh, I'm not so good. I don't have a store yet. I don't have good machines and equipment yet. It is possible. Say it is possible. Say it is possible. Very possible. And whatever it is you let into your mind defines how your life begins to run. It's a very subconscious thing. So if you find yourself seated in a place where everybody is complaining, you will be the next person complaining sooner or later. A great teacher once said, if there are 4 intelligent people in a room, you are the 5th intelligent person. If there are 4 complainants in a room that's in your circle, you are the 5th complainer. Because something about you attracts those kinds of behaviors. So as I'm speaking to you, I want to start scanning your friendships, scanning your environments, scanning your life. What needs to go? Because if you're intentionally cultivating the soil of your soul and the soil of your mind today, even through this training, you cannot afford to be friends with foxes or to be in relationship with certain environments that will disrupt the seeds that you have sown and planted. Many of you have seen yourself on this stage walking. You've seen yourself on global stages. You envision new poetry, new films. You envisioned yourself opening a new store. And then when you go home and you start complaining like every other person, I'm sorry, you have choked that seed from growing. See, my mind is a fertile ground. I need everyone to say it. Put your hand on your chest. My mind is a fertile ground. My mind is a fertile ground. Every seed I sow in it grows and multiplies in 100 folds. You can turn you can turn down the music to the end. Right? Now let's go. Can everyone go to your WhatsApp group? I shared a link there right now. Everyone please go to your WhatsApp group. I shared a link here right now. I want you all to take that quick survey for me. It's not going to cost you. Please don't think about it too much. The first thing or the first number that comes to your mind, just click, right? So it's an internal survey that is taken 1 to 5. I'm going to read out the results here. You see that your names, there's no name, there's no email, there's no mobile number. I just need you to just go on your phones. You're looking. Go to your phone real quick. Get your phones. Are your phones at the back? Oh, you're charging. Hey, whoa. Get your phones and just quickly go on the survey, and let's take the live survey, please. Let's quickly take the live survey. Quick. We have, I think it's just a set of 5 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we do that real quick? I really want us to take this survey. Please, can we open up the survey? Take it. Fantastic. If you're done with it, raise your hand. If you're done, raise your hand. If you're done, raise your hand. Okay, we'll just give it another 30 seconds. Another 10 seconds, please. Hi, Esoe. How are you? Is everybody done? Is everybody done? It's open now. If you fill the form, just raise your hands, please. Okay, put your hands down. If it's not opening, raise your hands. Maybe you need to copy the link and put on another browser. It's a Google form link. It's like the survey you guys fill every week. You come to class. There's nothing different here. Yeah? Can we do that real quick, please? I want to just quickly, it's a survey. I'm going to read out the results here and just have everyone learn what it is or the state of the room. And hopefully by the end of the entire established session, these would have changed. Yeah? I think it's the internet here. I have 49 minutes. Is everybody done? Is everybody done? Next slide. Next slide. Great. Now, that assessment that you have taken, right? I'm waiting for this to load so I can read out the results. That assessment you have taken many times has a very huge influence on how your mind is formed, right? Number one, I said it before, the mind develops through repeated exposure. When you find yourself being exposed into a place where everybody is dressing in a business casual way, what do you begin to do? You begin to dress in a business casual way. When you find yourself in a place or an avenue or a situation where everybody is a great poet, right? What do you begin to do? You begin to write poems. If you find yourself in a place where people are doing great businesses or a community of women that are having startup business ideas, what do you begin to do? You begin to look for a business idea by yourself, that you want to start doing. You cannot be in the midst of 6 business owners and you be the idle one. You begin to look for something you can do. Can I sell food? Can I make clothes? Can I sell glasses? Can I sell accessories? Can I run a farm? Can I learn fish making? If you find yourself amongst farmers, one day you begin to farm. Right? That's an intentional way by which the mind is formed. Number 2, messages becomes belief. For example, if I'm speaking to God's choice or Best, to say, Best, you're very strong. Best, you're amazing. Best, do you know that you are intelligent? Best, do you know that you are great? What's your name again? Yes, Awazi. I'm speaking to Awazi. Awazi, do you know that you're very beautiful? Awazi, do you know that you're perfect? And every day, there is this conscious messaging that is being sent. Beyond just verbal messaging, but also inverbal messaging, right? Something forms. Belief begins to form. Self-confidence rises. Have you seen confident children before? That they tell you, Auntie, I can't go there because... Your child. What do you say?
My child. When you ask her to do something, you say, they have not taught me this before. I can't write it. You say, Mommy, I don't know it. I can't do it. Yes.
Have you seen confident children before? Where you intentionally create an avenue or an environment where that child can thrive, they begin to live up to that reality. And for many of us, we are coming from that kind of environment. And for some of us, we came from a different kind of environment. And then you have to then intentionally begin to work on yourself to step into your original identity and your call or your divine purpose. And trust me, for many of us here, from the survey I saw, many of us need to step up, step out from that old belief and step into something new. For her, she says, I'm really scared of mics. She broke out of that thing today and she was speaking here, and she would definitely speak on this stage someday and even global stages next time. The same for every other person. Maybe you've not even told your story or you've not even said anything before because you're still waiting. This is just week 2. Let me wait for week 4. Don't worry. We'll come for you. The next thing is your beliefs begin to shape your perception. Like we said, your belief begin to shape how your mind thinks, what your mind conceives. Your mind is a system. It's a think of it as a software. Your mind needs to be renewed daily. You renew it daily either by listening to much more positive words like I'm saying, like this training, engaging in positive things that can transform your life, having to do journal, having to carry out affirmations to yourself, confessing it openly. Maybe before the mirror, you stand before the mirror and you are speaking good things to yourself. Those things work. And they shape and change the things that your environment has placed upon you. The next would be your perception influences your behavior, right? I don't know if anybody has dealt with insecurities before. I have, right? First class students, distinctions, I'm a human being. I have dealt with insecurities before, and then many of these insecurities are born out of the messaging, the beliefs, and the perception that was constantly put before me, and it began to shape how I addressed life and saw things. And then when it came to doing things, or standing before people, or speaking, or owning up to solutions, I would cower away and say, I don't think my solution is good enough. Let me just wait. You'll be the last person to ask questions because I don't feel my question is good enough. Let me wait. Maybe her own will be better than mine. That's an insecurity. And that's a litmus test for the kind of messaging, beliefs, environment, and perception that has grown over time. And you have to break out of it. Say, I'm breaking out of it. I am breaking out of it. Yes. And then the last one says, unexamined beliefs produce predictable outcomes. If the belief system you carry, your perception you carry, they are not properly examined, I can already tell you that person is nosediving. That person is missing out. And one thing about this is, to the degree you pursue growth is to the degree you would manifest success. To the degree you pursue growth, inner healing, transformation, to the degree you pursue business transformation, to the degree you pursue learning, you pursue knowledge, it is to the degree you would succeed. It is to the degree that you would break into that which you've been called to do. Have anyone seen people who have fallen accidentally into fame? You've seen examples of TikTokers. Maybe they did one thing and the next day that thing blew up. Don't call names. We are recording. And then give them 6 months. It's as though that fame just fizzles away. There is no proper system, or they've not properly installed structures and systems and gates to protect that which has come in. You don't have to wait for the stage. You need to start preparing for the platform. The platform has the power to destroy people. And if you know you've been called to stand on the global platform, start doing the work now. Fail before 10 people, fail before 20 people, fail before 50 people, fail before 100 people, so you don't fail in the front of millions. Gather your 5. Train your 5. So there's something about Establish Her, and something we like to encourage is the catalytic movement of Establish Her. Everything you're learning here, you have the ability to go and mentor 5 other women at home, 10 other women at home. Start doing it now. Don't wait until there's a stage to speak. Start speaking to young girls in your community now, young boys in your community now. Everything you're learning, you can teach other people. Don't wait to finish before you start. Because what you are doing is that you are consciously and subconsciously training yourself for the stage. Trust me, the platform or the stage has the power to either make you or break you. You need to choose which you want. Next slide. Great. I'll be rushing quickly through the 5 P's framework. I don't know why this is not coming up. I want to check the feedback. Maybe I should just use my phone. Great. I want to check the results of the link that was sent. Your internet here is hallelujah. Yes and amen. Amen. Great. So, 91 of you filled the form. Clap for yourself if you filled the form. Thank you very much for everyone who filled. I want to. It's not opening on my laptop. Okay, I think I see it now. Responses. Great. So there were questions that were asked. I'm trying to get, Holy Spirit help me. I hope this. Great, 32 responses. I'm trying to get the responses and then the summaries. Okay. So the first one is, I have experienced bullying, but still, And that effect of that bullying affects how I see myself, right? And then the first one we did here, we said 5 being the strongest and 1 being the lowest. 20% still feels that impact of bullying. It simply means that 20% of everyone seated here, some of you or people who fill this form, still feel the impact of bullying, right? That limits how you engage people. That limits how you even make friends. That limits customer networking. It has a way of limiting your business as well. And then the highest here, not at all. About which is great, fantastic. That's the impact of the phase 1, the first week training you guys have had. Well done, clap for yourself. Quite a large number of yourself here, which is about a certain amount, about 33 of you, says that not at all. Bullying, you've grown past that, right? And there were still other numbers that says that 8 of you. And then one says, there's another question that says, I have been body shamed in ways that shaped my confidence. And trust me, how many percent of you? Jeez, this is so high. Cumulatively, about 70% of you have experienced body shaming, and that has shaped your confidence. It shaped how you see yourself, how you look, how you move, according to this survey right here. Wow. Don't worry, by the end of this, it will change. Great. This one is even much more higher. It says, I sometimes question my worth in spaces I have earned. So many of you filled the form. We reached out to you and say, congratulations, you came here. And then many of you here, about 80% of you, about 70% of you, so people are still feeling, as I'm talking, it's changing. About 50% of you says that very strongly that you don't feel like you earned your place in this room or earned your place in any place that is worthy of you being in. That's something that we will check, right? And cumulatively, I would say, 80% of you affirm to the fact that you don't feel worthy being in spaces that you've earned, right? And then the next one here says, I wish I can be showing you guys this on the screen, but the next question here says, I find it difficult to speak confidently about myself. Cumulatively, 65% of you says that you don't find it, you're not confident enough to speak about yourself and most likely your business, right? And then another survey here says, I hold back from expressing my thoughts in important moments. Barrio, almost everybody. Wow. I hold back from expressing my thoughts in important moments. This is an indication of maybe growing up, you were stifled many times, you were told, don't speak. Maybe even as a woman, it happens even in male-dominated sectors, in your environment. Now, woman, you be shut up. Everybody say. What? You too know, over Sabi, keep quiet. Or man, they talk, you follow them, they talk. Do? Like His Majesty would say. Wow, this is serious. About 70% of you, or about maybe only one person that says not at all. 11 people says not at all. This number is changing every time. It says the network. It keeps moving as I'm speaking to it, right? I hold back from expressing my thoughts in important moments. About only 11 people out of 100 and something says not at all, that it doesn't have. And then the rest of you, with about 50 persons being very strong, cumulatively about 70 people very strong to say that I still feel not confident speaking during important moments. Then another question says, I rely on external validation before I take action. And this seemed quite low. That's good. Clap for yourselves. Clap for yourself. You have to take your life and own it, right? Go back to the assessment. Go back to the last slide. Great. This is where, go back again. Yeah, this is what we are doing right now. No, go back. No, go back to the internal assessment. Yeah, this please. So this is an internal awareness assessment that we just carried out, right? You guys can see the results. Many of you are going through all of this. And then another one says, I focus more on potential failures than opportunities. Someone says, many of you says not at all. Clap for yourself. That's about 30% of you. And about another 20% was in the middle, and 50% says, yes, I focus more on potential failure than opportunities. It simply means that you begin to think of failure even before you started. Some of you now, you've come to this place and you begin to think of, I know sure say I go finish the attendance. I know sure. Maybe I will just know. Can you put the horse first before the cart? Can you begin to see positive things first, regardless of the challenges that you are seeing? What's your name? Victory. It's great to see you, Victory. I'll just quickly raise down. One says, I struggle to maintain consistent positive thinking patterns. This is very high. This is very, very high. Very, very high. We'll come back to all of this later. Let me jump right into my training. Quick frameworks. Number one. So this is a mindset reengineering. So mindset reengineering is a structured process, and it involves 4 major things. Number one, awareness to current patterns. You need to be aware. You need to come into a state of self-awareness where you are aware of who you are, what you are, aware of the limiting beliefs. You begin to see the things that are limiting you, your environment, what is stopping you from stepping into that which you've been called to do. I see some of you are still filling the form. That's great. Right? Number 2, interrupting limiting belief. Another way for mindset reengineering is to interrupt limiting belief. It simply means putting a stop. Who has seen this? I wish I had put a picture of a group of matchsticks that is being set on fire, and it gets to a particular point, and then there's a stop, and then that fire can no longer consume the other ones. That's what you're going to do with yourself in Establisher. You interrupt patterns, toxic patterns, traumas that's been passed down from generations to generation, and it gets to your turn, and you're saying, I'm intentionally not taking this toxic pattern to my daughter, or to my friends, or even to my business. Because I saw mommy failed in her business, I saw auntie failed in her business, doesn't mean I will fail in my business. Are we clear? Because I saw this not work out for this person, for our family, this thing, they always, you have to be aware of what pattern it is. You need to start intentionally working towards interrupting that pattern, stopping it, putting a stop to it, and then you need to start intentionally installing. You know how you install your CCTV cameras or you put your DSTV? You need to start or install a new application. You download who has TikTok here? All of you. You install your TikTok, your Instagram on your phones. You need to start installing new forms of thinking and patterns. And the next thing would be, then you need to start reinforcing these things through action. So it's not enough to just learn here. You need to take action. Say, I will take action. I can't hear you. Say, from today, I will begin to take action. Say, from today, I will begin to take action. So these are literally 4 powerful ways by which your mind can be engineered. If there is no awareness, if you don't know what limits you, I'm sorry, you will still remain in that cycle. So many times through meditations, affirmations, coming into spaces where knowledge is shared, reading, exposure to the right kind of knowledge, you begin to come into the place of awareness. Asking questions, looking around, watching, paying attention. If you don't come into the place of awareness, you might not just know what is limiting you. And sometimes you can just dabble into something or a place like this, and you never knew that this was a limiting factor, and you begin to break out of it. If your mind can conceive it, your eyes will see it. Then, once you can conceive it, you begin to see it. Then you say, okay, because I noticed that at this time of my most times, when people say, oh, you look very fat, it gets me angry. You find that maybe within your circle or your friend group, and you're intentionally saying, well, I'm intentionally going to, I will not say cutting off, I will intentionally begin to choose the right kinds of friends I roll with. While I understand that I'm working towards living a healthy lifestyle, I would also be patient with myself to get there and not be forced. So you're not drinking all the bitter leaf and apple cider vinegar and turmeric. And then you don't start having ulcer. It's the truth. And then you are not, because you are not coffee enough, and all your friends are saying that around you. I mean, this is real. Very real. We had people from the last cohort who went through this, and they were not ashamed to say it. They were not ashamed to say, this was what I went through. Then you are intentionally interrupting that cycle and breaking out of it. What do you begin to do? You begin to install new levels of thinking. You begin to change your environment, change your Instagram if you need to, unfollow some people, unfollow some creators, and start following people that can transform your life. Like Ekena Onu, you can follow her Instagram page and watch what she does. Tara Durotoye, you can look up amazing speakers from across the world and start consuming their content. You are deliberately going to be interrupting that limiting belief. You cannot interrupt limiting belief without installing something. It's like climbing this hall, from reading this hall of maybe bad smell without introducing new fragrances. It's like emptying your room and just leaving it empty. Things you don't need, you just be coming in there. Maybe someone that turns the room to a storage house where you just throw buckets, you throw slippers. But if you design the room and make the room like a living room where you have your TV, nice console, great couch, air condition, there's some houses you enter inside that you cannot just wear your slippers and you will off it at the door. That is what you should be doing intentionally around your life. You are building your life such that when people interface with you, they don't have the permission to bring rubbish to you. They hold it back. In fact, you begin to disassociate yourself from communities, from groups, from networks and places, and begin to find new spaces that value growth and transformation. That's how you grow. That's how you move into new levels. That's how you break into new cycles. That's how everything you have envisioned this morning, the first exercise we did, that's how you can step into it. But if you sit back, relax, and Netflixing and chilling without putting effort into your life, I'm sorry, you will keep complaining and not moving forward. Right? And then what do? I just explained. You reinforce through actions. Next slide. Now, there are 5 P's, like I like to call them. The first one is perspective. This is how you interpret reality. How you interpret what you see. Tell your neighbor how you interpret. Tell your neighbor how you interpret is very important. Can we do that? Say how you interpret. Orisha Charlotte, tell your neighbor how you interpret is very important. Your mindset towards any activity is very important. For example, somebody comes into this space now, for example, or rather, let me use a very life application. Okay, for example, for those of us who share apartments or still live with family, maybe you get back home from training and you find the door locked. And you've been knocking and no one respond. And then maybe you waited like an hour or 2. You'll be tired, right? You'll be hungry. Maybe you are pressed. And you know when you are pressed and you go to the front of your house, that's when the urine wants to come out. You'll not be shaking. And maybe you get home and then nobody opens the door for you. right? And then maybe finally your brother or your flatmate opens the door and they say, I'm so sorry that I didn't know I was sleeping. And you just, what do? You explode. If I do something, they worry you. No, what they pay house rent for here? You're right. And then somebody can experience that and say, it's okay, please, I need to go to the restroom now. Please, can you help me fetch water? Two things. Same scenario, two interpretations. A customer comes to your store, which is very relatable, buys a wig from you, or buys something that you sell, and then goes home, and after 2 days, the person comes back and say, this thing you sold for me is fake. Madam, is fake. The perfume no dey smell well. The ring don't break. I mean, whatever. The earring don't dey fall. You don't dey remove. You don't dey wash. What do you say? You don't dey wash. Somebody say you go wear up. Who said that? Right? The thing don't dey wash. And then what? I'm literally explaining my slides using this because I have slides. We'll just run through that. But then, and they come to you complaining. And for some of you, no, we don't have return policies. No. You've bought it. There's nothing we can do for you. No. And it's like, no, you are fighting. Have you seen when vendors are dragging customers are dragging vendors on Instagram? Oh, the wig, they coil. It looks like sponge. That's one reality. And there is another reality where the person comes and the person is bashing and lashing and like, ma, please calm down. Can we register your complaint? What did you buy? Oh, I bought this wig. The wig is under Hamatan. The thing don't dry like sponge. But then you're like, oh, ma, I'm so sorry. This is how did we explain to you how to maintain a wig? I think there's a way you guys maintain wigs. You spray, you brush, you oil, and the person's like, na coily wig I buy now. It's supposed they coil, they coil. And you're like, you have to do this, you do X, Y, Z to make it coil. And the person's like, I don't want it anymore. I say, okay, please, can we process this complaint in like 2 days and we'll get back to you. Listen, how you interpret these things matters a lot. It matters how you keep your customers. It matters how you maintain your relationships, how you manage your emotions. I'm saying this for myself as well because I know myself. Working in development space will test every iota of your blood, right? From outputs and things you need to do, it will test you. And then you have superiors who need certain things immediately, and then time is going. And it's as though other people don't understand that time is a currency. But then the way you address these things sometimes also matters. Sometimes you're like, okay, no problem. Okay, I'll give you time. Do what you have to do and get it back to us by this time. So I like to collect timelines. So if you see I'm going to do this, I'm like, when can you do it? 6 p.m., 8 p.m., give me a definite time. So that they even mean the way my grace will expect, okay, 8 p.m. Those things, that's how I understand myself. But most people, there's this perception that it has to be done now. It has to be done without looking into the consideration of the other people. Without even telling the other person, well done. Right? This is for leaders now. But then I digress. Back to this interpretation. And there's a way you can speak to your customers and things just get better even without them even complaining. And trust me, that complaining customer becomes the best customer. Who have had that experience? That complaining customer becomes your best customer. In fact, you don't buy, I beg me, they go Joy shop. Now that place I like. And then they will pay more than other customers. So it pays you more to be able to master perspectives. It pays you more to be able to interpret these realities differently. Number 2, programming. It simply means what you believe to be true. Next slide. So I just speak to everything. Perception directs interpretation. Interpretation informs decision, and decision shapes outcome. I just gave you a literal example of all of this, plenty English, right? And this says leaders take ownership of how they see. How you see things matter. How you see your business matter. How you see situations, problems, frictions, how you see bad markets. All those things matter, trust me. How you see it matters a lot. Actions to take. Number one, you have to pause and ask, what else could this mean? Right? Somebody complains to you, your relationship is going sour, things in your family is not going well. You need to pause before you start shouting, reacting. Know that once you smash an egg, you cannot gather the egg back. Do I repeat myself again? Once you smash the egg, you don't have the power to retrieve the egg. Once you smash the plates, you don't have the power to retrieve the plates. Once you break that TV, you don't have the power to fix it immediately. Your actions, your words carry power, and they have the ability to create life or take a life. For many of us sitting in this room, somebody said something to you, oh, you're too black, 15 years ago. Yeah, I can tell you mine. Mine was, you're too fat. And then you begin to have that conscious, you're wearing, it's too tight. No, let me buy, I cannot wear this. These jeans is, who has done this before? For me to be telling you, since I've done it. You wear a clothes, it's too tight, you remove it, you throw it on the floor, you be crying. Oh, what is going on? Listen, and listen well. Sometimes you have to pause and ask yourself, what does this really mean? If I'm too fat, what do I need to do? Am I eating too much at night? If I'm not paying attention, if I'm making too much mistakes in my job, what do I need to do? Do I need to ask more questions? Am I too confident thinking that I've gotten there and I don't need to learn? If your customers are complaining about the fact that the outfit you make for them is not so good, or your finishing is not great, and you're like, no, it's how it is. Why? Do you have a benchmark with the popular brands you see, maybe even on ASOS or Shein, or can you compare your business standard with those kinds of output or products? Sometimes you have to pause and ask yourself the question, pause, Joshua, what do I need to do? I had a different slide that I had used in the first cohorts. But then I said to myself, I don't think this is good enough, because from the first training to now, I have gone through certain trainings and I felt something better can come out. Never get to the point where you think you've arrived and then I'm good, I'm fine. No. Always pursue knowledge. Right? Always pursue knowledge. The second thing is, you need to anchor your focus on what you can control. So, for example, you're in traffic coming to class and you're panicking. If you can't control the traffic. If you come down to trek, you will still come late. If you sit down there, you will still come late. You need to control yourself. Anchor yourself on what you can control. Oh, what I can control is I can send a message to the group saying, please, I'm stuck in traffic, I will not be able to make it. Or you're racing to work and then they need you somewhere for 9 and you're coming at 9:30 and you just keep silent. By the time you get to work, anxiety is everywhere, everybody's shouting at you. What you could have done is communicate on what you can, anchor your focus on what you can control. And for many of these is communication. You send the message, please, I'm stuck in traffic. I will not be able to make it. Please give me some time and some grace. It gives the other people some of calmness to say, okay, let's give her the benefit of doubt. That's if you don't comment every time. Number 3 is reframe one challenge each day. So challenge yourself each day. When I wake up today, do I do 5 minutes affirmation? For many of us who are Christians, you confess the word of God over your life over and over again. You speak good things to yourself. That is reframing one challenge a day. You can put one challenge every week to say, this week, I'm going to speak 20 affirmative words over myself. When I wake up in the morning, I go into the bathroom before I brush my teeth. For those who have mirrors in the bathroom, you look in the mirror and you confess. Or you stand up in the morning and you say, oh, today, because of the goals I want to hit, I will take 1K steps, 5K steps, and you take a walk around your estate or around your street and you come back. Or you do press up, push up, sit up. Or today, I'm not going to eat bread and butter. I like to eat bread. I will not eat bread today or this week. This week, I will not take Coke or Fanta. This week, I would ensure I call all my customers on the phone to tell them, ask them how they're doing. I hope they're great. Those things are challenges you need to set for yourself that can help you actualize your goal and help you begin to have a different perspective to life and growth. The next thing would be filter negative inputs with intention, then engage ideas that expand your thinking. I've said this before. You need to filter negativity and expand, next slide, and expand your thinking. The next one is programming, right? Programming reflects your belief system. Beliefs are formed through repetition and exposure. For example, most likely in the Niger Delta regions, there is a very strong programming that comes from culture and norm, right? For many of you here, we work in the gender-focused lens initiatives. We've seen many people, women cannot go to school because they have to get married and start having children. Many women, they get married, have kids, and then their husbands become a housewife. You don't have a career anymore. Don't you see these things? Is this real or not? Raise your hands if it's real. Fantastic. These are things you can relate to, right? These are programmings that already exist in our environment. However, what we can do is, the tools for change is, 1, affirmations, I've said that. Number 2, journaling. You have to write out things you want to see. There's something we're going to do is called reflective letter writing. You write a letter to your future self, maybe in the future session when I'm around, we will do that. And then, new environments. You need to constantly begin to shift, change, look for communities, networks that encourages where you want to be. You want to be an actor, go and watch your Nobere and find producers and actors to be there and start working with them. You want to be a filmmaker, you want to be a great wig maker, don't sit in the comfort of your home, right? You're the farmer. You want to be I'm a farmer as well. You want to be a great farmer, don't just sit there and put seed and and just do anyhow. Go and take internships, go and learn 1-month course, 2-month courses. Find yourself in WhatsApp groups where you can ask questions and grow. That's how you will break out. You need to reinforce with action. If you don't reinforce with actions, you will still stay in that cycle of complaint. Oh, I want to go to school, but I don't have the time. I'm running a business. Why not look for an online university to go to? Why not look for a distant learning school? In Nigeria, we have a lot of them where you can do distant learning and you are running your business in Iwere. National Open University will do that for you. You are doing your business, you are getting a skill, but you are going to school. If you can use WhatsApp, you can do online learning. These are things, you start breaking out of these things. Oh, I'm too old to get a degree. I got into university at the age of 21. You can do the maths. And my degree was 5 years. So I finished school most likely at the age of 15. And then I waited 6 years to get into university. At that time, all of my classmates were done with school. NYSC, working in London, America. I was like, what was happening to my life? I was working for 6 years. Until I finally got, I think in my last jam, it was 200 I got. Mind you, I've been having 281, very high mark. It just got to the point where I said, I'm not more doing jam again. And the last time I said I'm not going to do jam, I started reading 2 weeks to jam. And I got 200 on the dots. But what am I going to do with this? Let me just do this. And that was it. And the rest is history. I'm standing before you. If I did not take charge of my life, I would not step into where God will have me step into. The next slide, please. Voices of limitation. I wanted us to do an activity, but most likely we'll have to do that later. Well, tear a sheet of paper real quick. Tear a sheet of paper real quick. Tear a sheet of paper real quick. Or rather, go to the back of your journals. Just turn the back of your journals. Do 3 things for me right now. Do 3 things for me right now, immediately. The first thing that comes to your mind is what you should write down. Yeah? Don't overthink it. You can hide your book. It's for you. Nobody's going to see it. The first one is, one negative thought I often replay. What is one negative limiting belief that I often replay? I can tell you mine. But then write your own on your book. Number 2. What is one belief I want to install now? So I've spoken about installation. What is one thing I want to start doing now? One thing I want to anchor on now? Number 3, what is one daily action to reinforce it? What do I need to be doing daily to reinforce this better belief system that I want to do? Is anybody done? Is anybody done? The first one is, what is one negative thought I often replay in my mind? What is one limiting belief I have that needs to break? Write it down. Number 2, what is a better belief system that I can put in place to better my life or to break out of that limiting belief? Number 3, what is one action that I can put now that can transform my life? Who wants to go? Who wants to willingly share what he had written down? Who wants to willingly share? You come. And you come. I'll just take 2. Okay, Awazi, come as well. Quick. Let's do this exercise real quick. Come. I like your outfits. Did you make this yourself? Did you make this yourself?
Yes, sir.
Can we clap for her? Now from finishing with a no better tailor. Tell us,
All
what is
right.
one negative thought that you often replay?
It won't work. It won't work. It won't work. I always tell myself most times that I always think that, okay, anything I want to do, it may not work. I always think of the failure before the success. So when you made mention of that, I was like, this is me. You think about how it's not going to work before you even start trying. Yes, that's it.
Amazing. Wow.
And
Now, what's the next thing?
all
Better
right.
belief system that you would install.
I wrote here that everything is possible and I can make it big.
It means that the better system you would install is cultivating a positive mindset
Yes, sir.
daily. One way you can do that is by affirmations. Tell it to yourself until you believe it, until your mind can conceive it. Now, the last thing, what is one daily action that you would reinforce?
I wrote here consistency and diligence.
Come on, can we clap
what
for
I
her,
want.
please? Can we clap for her, please? Well done, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Bliss.
Eh?
Bliss.
Bleeze, like Moses Bleeze.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Can we clap for her, please? Round of applause. Next person. Yes, over to you. Thank you. Clap for her. Make it resounding. Now tell us your name and then tell us the name.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace. One negative statement I always have about myself is that I will never be enough.
Wow. Okay. Do you want to say that again? You know, when you bring it to light, you expose the lie. Yeah? Now expose the lie before everybody. Tell us what you just said again. Sir? We'll wait for you.
That I will never be enough.
Do you want to speak into it? Do you want to?
Growing up, I think anywhere I go, I'm always the darkest. So people are always saying, you are too black, you are too this, you are too that, you are too black. And I just feel like I will always not be enough. So that is one thing that has stick with me, one negative thing that has stick with me over the years.
So what if... Are you ready for... So what's the better belief that you would install from today?
No matter what, I will be more confident.
It took her a lot to even raise up her hand. I need to process this. to say, I want to share this with everyone here. Because that is the truth. It is something. So when I was even teaching, I said, people say maybe you're too dark or you're too black. Many of us had that. When I was 8 years, I was weighing 60 kg. Think about it. Or reacting a certain way, you need to decide what is the next call of action to take. Do I need to confide in somebody I trust? For those who are spiritual, maybe your pastor. Do I need to speak to my parents? Do I need to speak to my mentor? Do I need to speak to somebody? Listen, we've had a story of people who were raped, and the fact that they got back home and told nobody for about 10 years. They didn't know who to trust. They didn't even know how to process the entire thing that happened. They begin to say, I think I'm at fault. Maybe it's how I dressed. Maybe I was one who went to serve him food, and maybe I'm bringing shame to my family. Or maybe it happened and they made you go and do an abortion, and then you come and you cannot process it, and you cannot talk to anybody. Don't worry, we have a therapist coming in the next. Please, I want you to open your heart when she comes. And I want you guys to, if you listen, this is a circle. We don't call, if you listen to the award, the circle of excellence. Established as a circle of powerful women that has taken the decision to transform their lives, regardless of where they're coming from. Did you hear me? So when people come up here to share how they feel, don't go and do it as gist somewhere. You're here to collaborate, not compete with your neighbor. I need to put this housekeeping rule again, because you're not here to video people and post it. No. When you're here, in fact, the cameraman here, we don't share those except to give us permission. Like the stories you watched, except to give us permission to share your story, then we can share it. In fact, we have something called the story of change, where you come and tell us your story. We don't force you or harvest what you want to, what you told us in private to start broadcasting. Trust me, we don't do that. We trust your privacy. Next, the next slide. Then the last two P's is posture and practice. Number one is your presence reflects your internal states. People respond to your level of certainty and clarity. If I was tensed, this mic would probably be shaking in my hand like this, and I'll be sweating. I mean, I'm sweating now, but I'm not sweating because of it, right? But then your posture changes when the city gates are shut against evil words, are shut against limiting belief, are shut against internal biases. When you deliberately shut that gate to say, I would not let this come in. I would not let the foxes into my farm. Who knows how you, for example, I don't know if you've had dogs in your, maybe you had a dog in your house and one day you came back and the dog has eaten your couch, like has scattered your chair. Has anybody had that experience before? Or the dog don't go chop you. Let me be relatable. Don't go kill your chicken for backyard. Who has experienced that before? When you shut the gates to the city of your mind, certain things cannot come in. In fact, when they come in, you begin to activate the 5 P's. What perspective do I look to see this? How do I interpret my reality? This has happened. Is this within my control? Can I have water, please? Thank you. If it's cold, it'd be great. Is this affecting my reality? How can I interpret what I'm going through? What is the right course of action to take? How can I anchor my focus? Please let me know when my time is up and when Premier will be coming up. Right? We need to do that. We need to be able to wipe off the lens. Think of it as you have a glasses and you clean it. If you look at these glasses like that, if you can see it, it's probably whitish, it's not clear. Before I will wear this again, I will have to take the wipe and clean it up before wearing it, or else it's going to distort how I see things and see life. So somebody good comes into your life to be your friend, or establisher comes good into your life to say, let us transform this person's life. But because of the lens you already have from where you're coming, you may not be able to fully take what has been given to you on the platter. Maybe because you think, they're not to my standard here, or maybe because I have tried this before and it did not work. No. You need to wipe that lens. As a leader, you need to begin to choose how you see life. Choice. Begin to choose how you see things. Begin to determine to yourself and say, I would decide what the outcome of my life will be like. This will further influence the programmings of your life. Then activate processes, systems and structure that helps you walk better into that which you've been called to do or you desire to do. And then two things is activated. Your posture becomes better. It just reflects. You just know when somebody, this person speaks very articulately, it's because they've worked on themselves. Have you ever had great ideas but you cannot share it? Raise your hands. In fact, let me just say this. I was in a meeting like 3 days ago. Somewhere in London, and it was a women gender focused meeting with a lot of, I was like maybe like only 3 men in that meeting, and then they were asking questions, right? They had great people has finished speaking, and then other people were asking, like I'm talking about times 3. It's okay. And then they got to and then they're like, if you have a question, ask. We are taking 4 people. And then I had a very, very good question, even as it relates establisher, but I never shared. I'm saying this to say to you that I am not there yet. Did you guys get what I'm trying to say? I am not there yet, but there's something I'm actively doing. I am reinforcing action to see that I get there. Life is a continuous journey, and every day and every time you wake, as soon as you wake up in the morning, taking your first breath, life is already running. Your gates are still active. People would have to come in, things will have to come in, opportunities, issues, events. You have to be able to shut the gates when you need to and open it when you need to. And if peradventure anything enters, you already have systems and structure to kick it out. It's like your metabolism in your system, or your white blood cell and your red blood cell. Do you see how intentional, this is not a church, how God is? Like even your body is like a city. It has gates, it has systems and structures. Now this brings me to practice. Repetition. So give yourself a challenge for the next 21 days. I would say this affirmation. So you can even go to your ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, based off on this, give me 25 affirmations I can say every day to help my mind. And then you wake up every morning and you start doing that for 21 days. That is repetition. Number 2 is your brain begins to learn through consistent loop. When you do this multiple times, things get better. I'm wrapping up now. So like I said, mornings you set an intention. Midday you check, have I done my affirmations today? I did not. Let me do it. Number 3, evenings you reflect and you adjust. This brings me to the end of my training. Thank you. Go to the last slide. Thank you. But before I go, I think I have 10 minutes left. Right? Thank you. I want to still take that part of, go back to that internal assessment. No, the place with the on-air mic. The voice of limitation. Go back. No, here. Does anyone still want to share? If you know you still want to share, I can see many hands. I can't take everybody. But as I'm led, raise your hands. I will call the person who is. I think I saw your hands up first. Madam, come, Can you tell us one negative thought that has often been replayed? One better belief system you would install? Give her the mic. Come to the front. And one daily action to reinforce. I will do this. I know everybody has, I know you have questions, right? But then, by the grace of God, we'll find time within to ask these questions, yeah? Now tell me, what is one negative thoughts that you wrote down that often replays in your mind?
Hi, everyone. Okay, my name is Tamauti. Okay, so I usually tell myself that I can't do it well. The thing is, I'm a fashion designer, and last week, Mrs. Ekene talked about our superpowers, and she talks about oration. I like to talk, but growing up, I used to be bullied in school because I like to talk, I like to express myself. I remember the classmate, they nicknamed me Shaky Shaky Lizard because they felt like I was always using my hands when I'm explaining something in class, and it just made me draw back. And even when I got into uni, I was doing red carpet host and the rest, and I started doing motivation, trying to inspire people. But a friend, he told me one day that I cannot be motivating people when I have not become a success story. I don't know how to put it, but he said I must have achieved something before I start inspiring people. You understand? So I think that was it for me. It just took me from, if I was 6 before, it just took me to 0. So I just drew back completely. So I just felt like I was not getting things right done. So even in my business, even when I came into fashion design, I feel like I don't make the clothes well. I feel like it's my
Did you make what you're wearing?
Yes, sir.
Did she make it well? Turn for them, please.
So I feel like I don't satisfy people. So it made me lose confidence in a lot of things. I don't like talking. When I go to places, I don't like coming out. I don't just like, from last week, I've had people I know here telling me, talk, but I'll just hold back. But Mr. Joshua, he talked about our mind, what we consume in our mind, and it becomes us. And I heard it last week. Mr. Kenny talked about programming as well.
Yeah.
So
what is one better belief you're installing today? You've chosen to start doing today?
Today, I wrote here that it's better I even fail in front of 20 people than fail in the crowd. Mr. Joshua said it.
Come on!
And
so what is one daily action you're going to start doing now? Asking questions?
I wrote I'll start speaking out anyway.
Can we clap for her? Thank you so much. Can we clap for her, please? Who's the next person? Who did I call? I want you on brown. Yes. Please, we have a we have a constraining time. I would take 3 more persons, right? But please, everyone has like 2 minutes. Come with your journal, what you wrote down. That's what we want you to read. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, Mr. Joshua. Hi, everyone.
I saw her. She looks like you.
Who's that?
Okay, that means you don't know her. She's not a family member, but then that's yeah. Let's have the back. Now tell us.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Emanuela.
How many Emanuelas do we have in this class? Sorry for interrupting. 3. Fantastic. Okay, Emanuela. What is one negative thoughts that you often replay in your mind?
All right.
What did you write down?
As much as I would not want to tag it as a negative thought, I think that it has somehow shaped the way I think. So I think everyone has an experience like this where our parents did not really, would I say, give us what we actually wanted, right? Either I was born by separated parents, right? So it sort of gave me the whole idea of I don't have reliable parents, if you get what I mean. So I had my mommy standing as my daddy and my mommy, if you get it. So, exactly. So, I try not to get into trouble because in my head, my papa no deal, you know, that kind of thing. Exactly. So, yeah, that's the belief it has installed in my head. Well, the action I have been reinforcing is I have the consciousness that I have God as my father, and I think that's the ultimate. Yeah, and I think that whoever here was born by maybe a single mother or a single father, you should recognize that God is the ultimate parent, right? And so come out, step out, talk to people, influence people. Even if you fall into trouble, don't worry, God is there to catch you. Exactly. And I am making deliberate efforts to be a better parent for my children. Thank you.
Wait, do you guys capture the part of interrupting the limiting belief where it ends? Can we clap for her, please?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have one more person. Emanuela, come forward.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
I wrote down maybe 3 negative thoughts, but I'll say one.
Say good day, everyone. Tell us your name.
I'm Emanuela. Please, I wrote down 3 negative thoughts.
Okay.
But I'll say one.
Okay.
The way I was brought up, I decided that I will not. My negative thought is somehow, so please, everyone understand me. I decided that I won't have anything to do with men. My negative thoughts is that I won't get married because of the kind of disability I have as an achondroplasia person. That's what we call. They don't call us dwarf. That's the name, medical name. So I decided that I won't get married. I will not have any contact with a man. Even my customer, if you come as a customer as a male, I will refer you to someone else. But now, I say, okay, I'll have to be friendly. I've changed my thought that I'll be friendly with everyone. I'll be friendly with everyone. I won't limit myself from anyone. I will have to be friendly with everyone. That's my daily action.
The action you reinforce.
Yes.
Thank you. Can we clap for Emanuela, please? I will take the last one, then I'll hand over. I know my time was supposed to be 12:10. I still have 10 minutes, but your facilitator is here, and I have a flight to catch. Who is... Come to the front. Budget Weeks. Is she the one? Okay, please come. Where's that lady? Okay, she didn't come. That's okay. Quick. Can we clap for her as it comes to speak? Hello. Tell us your name.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Messi. Okay.
What did...
Sir.
Clap. Oh, can we clap for Queen Mira? All the way from Mauritius. Okay. Can we sit, please? Okay.
I want to relate something to the house. I want to say that you can.
Okay.
So,
Fantastic.
are they singers here? People that sing in church? Choir members. So I am a chorister, and I have our band leader. He doesn't play on all keys. I didn't know before. So whenever I rehearse at home, because I always rehearse at home, and then I get to church. When he plays this key key for me sounds different to me. And then it makes me feel like I'm the one that, I don't know what I'm doing. And then somebody explained to me that it doesn't play on all keys, that it transposes. So in that kind of situation, because it made me now feel like, maybe truly I don't really know what I'm doing, because when I come, I sing at home, it's good. I come to church, it sounds very down and not sweet like it is at home. So in that kind of situation, what should I do? Should I tell him that you should go and work on your insecurities and don't put it on me? Or what should I do? Because it's affecting me, actually. Yes, sir, I'm asking you, sir. Yes. Yes, because I don't feel
Okay.
I don't feel good.
I would do well to answer that. This is not Q&A. I wanted to give time for Queen Muriel, which she's going to respond, and her response might be different from mine. Like we said, in terms of processing, how do you process it? Number one, from what perspective do you see it? And there is something I spoke about, communication. You have to communicate to him to say, we rehearse with this key. It could be one-on-one communication. I am struggling because I am struggling to feel confident in how I sing. This is maybe one-on-one, because when I rehearse at home, maybe on key C, and I come to church, you transpose to A flat or A sharp or even A or B. I think it's A, B, C, and then C flat, then D. I know some music, a bit of music. And then you transpose to this, and it makes me feel very awkward. Can we just please all sing the melody first before we take parts? These will help. And I'm very sure you're not the only one going through this. Other choir members are. So if you can first be the leader to have this conversation with him privately, from a place of respect and honor, tell him how you feel. I'm very sure he would make changes.
What if it's somebody that's not, it's not reasonable? Somebody can reason.
I mean, if you've done your part to tell him and you're still finding it difficult, you might as well take it up with leadership. Maybe you tell the MD. Next person, the MD. If the MD still says that, you take it up to the next. And I'm sorry, if leadership has failed, then it shouldn't be affecting you.
Okay, so I should just take it as it is.
No, take it to your MD.
Okay.
Once you're done taking it to your MD, if your MD says otherwise or responds to your question, helps you communicate better, I think that works. If the MD is still, you can take it to your pastor.
Okay.
If that's still not forthcoming, to protect yourself, I really think there's certain spaces or environments you shouldn't continually stay in and continue to soak up things that would damage your confidence and your growth. That's it. Thank you very much. Last person. Fantastic. And then I'll hand over. Great. You have 3 minutes, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ehef. Ehef. Okay, one negative thought patterns that I've taken in is I can't do it, and there are other people that are better than me that can do it. That is, I love speaking publicly, yes. I think I gave my first speech when I was in Measure 3. I can still remember the topic I spoke on, a potential philosopher. And I did very well. I like speaking. I just like speaking. So it got to a point when I grew up, and anytime I'm speaking, some people will be like, why is she sounding like that? Why is she behaving like that? Why is she talking? Why is she like? So those things actually got into my head, and I'm like, I just lost confidence. So anytime I'm in a space and I want to share some kind of like ideas, I do have ideas that is actually important that I can actually share, and yes, the whole room will just want what I want to say. Now? But then again, I just stay calm. I just find myself in a shell. So that's what it is. So one of the beliefs,
better believe,
yes, is to shut the voices. Yes, I'll shut the voices. And affirmation, yes, I'll continually tell myself, Ifemena, no, you can do better. You can do it. No matter what, you can do it. You can speak. And I would make sure that anytime I want to speak, I'll not be shy again.
Thank you. Can we clap for her, please? Can we clap for Ehef? Thank you. This brings me to the end of my session. Thank you, everyone.